Hello everybody, welcome to Carbs Ranch. We're not at the ranch today, we're still here in Phoenix. We've just got so much going on. Lots of big projects going. We have so much more coming. I could really use a hand if anybody's in Phoenix who knows how to do website development or possibly just helping out. We're going to take and throw together a quick batch of Minestrone Soup. I'm going to put it in the crock pot and let it cook for probably about an hour, 2 hours, and then I'm going to put it in the canner. First thing I'm going to start off with is 2 pounds of mild Italian beef. It's going to be browned up a little bit. And we'll get that going. I hate turning my back to you folks, but this kitchen is not designed for cooking classes. So the recipe is on the YouTube channel, Carbs Ranch, in the postings. And we're just going to start off with a couple pounds of the mild Italian sausage. I'm using Cantellis or Cantellas. I like the flavoring. They're not a sponsor, at least not yet. Who knows, maybe if I get a couple thousand subscribers, I'll get some more help on this stuff. So tell your friends. Go watch Crazy Richard. And like I said, we got this starting. I'm using a cast iron skillet, which of course is seasoned in more ways than one. All right, get that out of the way. Now we're going to work on some other projects today also. Excuse me, I'm just washing my hands. You should do that pretty often when you're cooking. Can you guys recommend an editing software if you do this stuff also? Because right now I'm doing everything with the iPhone. So we've got that going here. Okay, so we're going to get the sausage going. Now, what are we going to throw in this? Well, I'd say we should start off with, this is a 12-ounce package of sliced carrots. They're pretty, they're sliced already, they're organic, save me the trouble of slicing them. And we're going to throw those in here. I'm going to make this as easy as possible for people today. Now we're going to go over here. Pull the extra one out because that's going to go into the chop suey we're going to make. Grab my cutting board. I know folks, I am disorganized, but I'm not an expert in this stuff. I'm just a normal guy. Alright, so I come over here. I'm going to grab some zucchini. Quick wash on them. I know you guys probably go, what is he doing? But hey, I'm not an expert. I'm just me here. Now we're going to just clean that up a little with the knife here. All right. Sorry I keep going on the camera range, but we got to get this stuff done. Glue on this is pretty heavy duty. All right, I'm gonna give a quick wash. All right, let's move this stuff around here. I'm sure you've all brown sausage before. All right, so chop these up. So, like I was saying, it was a busy week this week, as it's been a lot lately. I was gonna go to the ranch last weekend, and all of a sudden I noticed my brakes started acting up on the truck. So before I drive up and down Arizona's mountainous roads, I figure it's probably a good idea for me to put the brakes on, which we'll be doing tomorrow morning. All I'm going to do is just dice these up. Now, one thing like anything else, this is all going to be you can always adjust it to your taste profile that you like. Chop and dice. So, I would really appreciate it if the people that do watch these videos comment on the video. A lot of the stuff that you do when you're doing the YouTube to get more people is people subscribing to it, liking it, and of course, commenting on the videos. I would rather have you say, hey, you know, I think this would be a better idea. Why don't you try this? Because this is a learning experience for me. Athena would be nice if she quit barking. They might be working on the air conditioning. Alright. Just going to keep chopping this up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to add in 2 cans of Italian style tomatoes. These are steam peeled, no salt added. And we're just going to go straight into the crock with these. We're going to add that in. And we're going to come over here, we're going to get one of the 2 bell peppers I got. And we're going to do a quick dice on that one as well. After washing, of course. What I'm basically doing is just canning up, because this is going to probably make somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7. Athena, be quiet. Gotta love that dog. Her timing is impeccable. Let's see, now I need you to be quiet, be a good girl. Hey, quiet. Chops a little more fine. All right, back to that. All right, I know I'm really driving you all nuts probably, moving around so much. I know you're supposed to look in the camera, you're supposed to talk to people. But right now, I'm just trying to get the work done. With my day job, I found out that it's going to be extremely busy here the next couple of months. I'm going to say something, and some people may not like it. Some people may go, you know what, you're right. But as of right now, the way it looks is, if I continue to keep working my normal job and not turn my YouTube into a career change, which actually I'm kind of hoping it does because I'm old enough to where I should be retiring, but that money went out the window a long time ago. Because when I was married, my wife was named Lisa, and Lisa had a stroke and an aneurysm at age 33. She managed to regain a lot of her damage that was done, but she never really fully recovered from it, and kept having mini strokes, TIAs I guess they call them. Now I'm going to add in only half an onion on this, and I'm going to dice it up like everything else. I like to, when I do this, I like to cut it up towards more along the lines of a relish size. So there's no really big pieces of anything. It's just they all cook down into a nice little relish with a nice soup base. And I think we're doing pretty good on these. It's almost ready to put in there. Anyway, back to talking about Lisa. She had a lot of difficulties, and she ended up passing away at 43. Which was a few years back. About 10 years ago, almost. I can guarantee you one thing, if YouTube would have been a thing then, we would probably have a slot channel. She definitely loved going to casinos. We lived in Vegas for a few years. All right, well, we got that out of the way. We're just going to keep working, guys. I'm not slowing down. Now we're going to put in some yellow squash. One thing is this sausage is not very greasy at all. So they obviously use some very lean meat. Oh, there's something for Athena to eat. Okay, we got the sausage in. What's that? The sink so it cleans faster. All right, so we got that in now. Now we're gonna do 4 cans of cannellini beans. Okay, that. Okay, that. Can opener, where did you disappear to? One's right here. Alright, let's move this. Athena, please, not now. Athena, quiet. Hey, there it is. I knew I had it here somewhere. You guys are going, this guy's news in his mind. I honestly think I might need a little more tomato in there. There's 1 can. And we're going to go in 2 cans. 2 cans, Sam, that's it. Okay, folks, now, what we're working on, so you all know, is we have, of course, Carb Ranch, which is one of our projects. We also have torturing, which is kind of on the back burner for right now because until we really get a chance to get up to the property more often and actually do some off-roading, and have time to actually build vehicles and have some fun. That was kind of on the back burner for now. But I have another project that just kind of seems to be going together pretty well. And it's a website called justobnoxious.com. Now, I will probably be doing this afternoon, actually doing a YouTube channel for that as well. Because I'm having a lot of fun with it. We'll have a merch store, and as of right now, I have probably close to 300 different images for t-shirts and prints and hoodies and hats and all sorts of clothing and just a wide variety of products that you'll be able to go on there and order. And once you order it, it will be printed or created for you and shipped directly to your house. Now the yellow squash I do leave a little bit larger than the other ones. number one, it's easier, faster to cut. And number two, I kind of like doing that because yellow squash does have a tendency to cook down a little more. So you keep more of the pieces to actually together. I'm hoping that I can find one more can of tomatoes on the shelf. All right, let's see where we're at now when I put some broth in here. So let's add in some broth. See where we're at. But this isn't some Swanson chicken broth. And we're going to add in some fresh basil, parsley, and thyme. We're just going to kind of chop some of it up and add it in. Spread it around a little bit. Well, you can really smell that basil. I'm going to save the rest of that for the next thing we're making. Okay, so and of course we got to add in some garlic. I like a lot of garlic. All right. I'm looking for more tomato. If anybody's wondering what this crazy guy is doing. All right. Okay, we're going to add in another can of tomatoes. And we're going to add in a little can spinach because I don't have any fresh right now. Turn it to high. All right, and we're gonna go with that. Now we'll add in some flavor, and one last thing yet is we have some green beans we need to add. So please comment in your comments, where are you from? And are you building a barn dominium, or are you working on anything off grid, or are you a farmer? And because what I'm looking at, guys, is my goal is to do about an 8,400 square foot barn dominium. I'm kind of looking going that direction so I can have a very nice shop, while at the same time we are very off grid, so it may actually be easier for me to get started by doing some sort of a small mobile home or something along that line to get started, and then start building as more revenue is starting to be generated. Also, you know, I'm one of these people that I'm not going to be telling the county, oh, well, what I do is none of your business. I like to work with the county and with the inspectors, because if you work with them, they'll tell you exactly what you can and cannot do. And frankly, they're not there to hurt you. What they're doing is, as a landowner up there, a lot of people think, well, just because it's off grid, I can do whatever I want. Or frankly, they get this crazy idea that, oh, I want to build an off-grid property. I want to take and use old pallets and create a living space with old pallets or tires, or frankly, this whole concept about little houses and using sheds and converting them. People, they are not designed to be used for housing. They're designed to be sheds. Now, some of the people are marketing it that way, even though it clearly states in any of their paperwork that it's a shed. The structure itself is not attached to the ground in most cases. It's on skids. And sometimes the strength of the shed isn't strong enough to handle snow loads. And you're also looking at your counties, and like I know that in my county, which is Yavapai County in Arizona, we do not have the ability to convert a shed into a living space. And frankly, for the cost of the sheds, if you have the ability to take a shed and turn it into a house by putting in drywall and adding more windows and doors and running electrical and all that stuff, if you know what you're doing, just build yourself a fucking house. I mean, with me, I've done everything handyman-wise for 15 years, that I can take a house from start to finish and build it into something very nice. But it would make more sense to put in an actual, you can put in an actual foundation. I don't think I can dig a basement in my area. It would probably be way too hard. The dirt would be way too hard. But it's a possibility. And also, you have to take into consideration that you could put it up on piers and then build the structure on the piers. A framework of 2x10s or 2x12s. Add in some, 2x8 floor joists. Put down your subfloor. Insulate everything. Put up your walls. I mean, for an off-grid cabin, even 1,200 square feet, let's say it's a 24 by 48, right? Do everything where it's on in a 4-foot measurement, because your walls are going to be 16 inches on center. You can figure out where you want to put your doors. Nice set of stairs. I'm going to do a couple more of these just to add in some more green beans, because I do like green beans in it. So, realistically, you're looking at, if you have the skills and the tools to convert a shed, just take the $13,000 that those things cost, or 15 or 18, and go buy some lumber. Put in ventilation correctly so you don't get mold issues, which you do usually get in sheds. Put in some, actual walls that are, 2x6 walls on the outside to give you a nice insulation base. It's not rocket science. But this idea of a tiny home, people, I'm 64 years old. This is a 1-bedroom apartment. It's about 860 square feet. Not only do I have this 860 square foot 1-bedroom apartment, I have a Connex at our storage facility. There's a 20-foot Connex. And I also have another storage unit that's a 12 by 16, I think. So I'm paying out probably $2,000 a month to just store shit. And it's nothing really out of the ordinary. Clothing, tools, kitchenware. But to take out, well, I'm going to take and buy this, this 200 square foot shed and turn it into my dream home. I mean, you have no idea how many properties in northern Arizona where somebody had the idea that I'm going to go build myself my off-grid compound. And you go out there and they live in Phoenix or somewhere else and they buy this land. Athena, please be quiet. Anyway, they buy the land and then they get up there and, like, for me, how many months has it been since I've been up there? I've had the property for over a year now, and I've been up there one time actually on the property, and another time where I was close. Life gets in the way. Between doctor visits, treatment days, dealing with that, your normal job, going up there and building, you actually have to make time to do it. I'm gonna grab a baggie here. Now, honestly, my goal right now is to get this built up enough and get enough likes and shares and subscribers to where I can start getting some of the sponsors and things of that nature, to where I can actually bring in enough income to where I can leave my normal job. But to do that, I need to be probably in the neighborhood of 100,000 subscribers. And with the jussobnoxious.com website that I'm doing, I should have enough sales of t-shirts, hats, gloves, decorations, should be able to hopefully generate enough sales and money to where I can start doing this full time. All right, well, I think we have everything in there. Now I'm gonna mix it around a little bit and see how much I need to add in. Oh, we're getting a little bit going here. That's looking actually very good. Okay, we need to add in some more broth. But I think instead of broth, I'm just gonna use water. Again, sorry about that. I got up early planning on getting all the stuff done, and it took me 3 hours just running around taking care of shit. To where I even had time to get started on this. And I'm just using purified water. We're gonna get it going, because it's gonna make its own broth anyway. All right. So we got that all full. We're gonna leave that alone for a few hours, and when we get done with that, I will show everybody how it turned out. Oh, I do need to add some celery to it. No, that's not really a necessity. We can leave that out until it cooks down a little bit. All right, so we got this on high. You saw everything I put in, some yellow squash, some zucchini, some Italian sausage, bell pepper, onion, some tomatoes. And we're gonna let this cook down for a little bit. Then we'll go ahead and probably add in 2 more cans of the beans, maybe a little more of the squash, and some celery. And hopefully you tried the recipe. And what I'm going to do when I'm done with this is I'll have a bowl for dinner tonight, but I'm going to take some of it, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 or 5 quarts, and I'll do that tonight, and we will go ahead and can my minestrone soup. 90 minutes for here in Arizona at my elevation. I need about 11 pounds of pressure for about 90 minutes. So because I did add the ground pork in it, we definitely want to cook it in the pressure canner for 90 minutes or water bath for 3 hours. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff. I really hope you guys can follow me and come on board, and hopefully we get more of your friends and build this into something pretty amazing. So let's give it a chance. And again, I do appreciate everybody being patient. I know sometimes it's hard to understand what I'm saying, like right now. Certain things do affect my tongue because of the cancer that was in it, the nerve damage, coffee, liquor, stuff like that. It all has an effect on it. So anyway, me and Athena, appreciate your time, and I'll try to get some more videos posted of Athena. She's kind of a crazy little mutt. She's a mix of Shar-Pei and Chow and Pekingese and Husky and Stafford Terrier and Pit Bull and you name it. She's got some of it in. And I must have dropped the green bean because she's going after it. Trying to figure out how to eat a green bean. With her snout the way it is, she has a hard time picking things up. But she managed. Anyway, y'all have a great day.